Hello students, get ready for today's economics class. Today we will start with the second part of the first chapter of statistics for economics, that is concept of economics and significance of statistics in economics. So this is a mind map of the chapter. Already we have done two topics of the chapter, that is the define the terms and components of economics. Today we will start with the third topic, that is the difference between micro and macroeconomics. So look at this question. What is micro and macroeconomics? In microeconomics, we study individualistic units like individual market, effect of price on a good. If there is increase in the price of a good, it will lead to decrease in the demand of a good. Next is individual labor market, individual consumer behavior. What is consumer behavior? If there is an increase in the price of good, the consumer will decrease the demand of the good because he is having limited money. And next is supply of good, that is related with producer's behavior. If there is increase in the price of a good, the producer will tries to supply more and more in the hope of earning good profit. So in microeconomics, we study individualistic units, individual household, individual firm, individual market, individual consumer, individual producer. So this is individualistic study. But macroeconomics is a study of economy as a whole, like what is the value of all the goods and services produced in a country in a year, that is known as GDP. What is the total increase in price level in the country? What is the total employment or unemployment in the country? What is the total demand? And what is total production capacity in the country? So when we study the economy as a whole, not of individual, that study is known as macroeconomics. So microeconomics is a study of individuals and macroeconomics is a study of economy as a whole. Our next main topic is what is statistics. Statistics is related with the collection of information numerically or quantitatively. Collection of information in the numerical way or quantitative way is known as statistics. So what is the exact definition of statistics? Statistics refers to the information in terms of numbers or numerical data such as population statistics, what is the total population of the country, employment statistics, what is the total employment or unemployment rate in the country. Next is public expenditure, what is the total expenditure made by the public on the different goods and services, and what is the poverty ratio in the country. So the statistics is the gathering of information in numerical term. So there are the different examples given of the statistics. Individualistic data, numerical data is not known as statistics. That is only numerical data, but that is not statistics. Where we are having numerical data and we can do comparison, that is known as statistics. Like for example, a cow has 4 legs or Ram has 200 rupees in the pocket. So that is only data, but that data is not statistics. But if you say average height of the 20 years plus males in India is 6 feet, but 26 years plus males height is 5 feet in Nepal. Now here we are doing comparison between Nepal and India, that average height in India of males who are 20 years above, their height is 6 feet, but in Nepal their height is 5 feet. Or birth rate in India is 18% and USA it is 8%. So here we can do comparison. So that data where we can do comparison, that is known as statistics. Any numerical data where we cannot do comparison, that data is not known as statistics. So individualistic data is not known as statistics. Where we are having collective data and comparison is possible, that numerical data is known as statistics. And statistics includes different stages and tools for its study. Like different tools are used and different stages are there for the statistical study that we will do in detail. Now, our next main topic is features of statistics. There are different features or characteristics of statistics. One is statistics is aggregate of facts. It is numerically expressed. There is need of reasonable accuracy, affected by multiplicity of causes, means not only one factor is there who is affecting the data. There are so many factors placed in relation to each other. Next is predetermined purpose. Next is collected in a systematic manner. And the last main feature of the statistics is estimated. Now let's do all these features or characteristics of statistics in detail. First is aggregate of facts. Single number or individualistic data is not statistics. Where we are having combined data, that data is known as statistics. Where we can do comparison, where we can interpret that, present that, and we can draw some conclusion. Like if you say the population of India is near about 130 crore, or what is the total value of import, or what is the total value of export, that is aggregate of facts. That data is termed as statistics. Now second is numerically expressed. It means that information that is expressed in numbers, that information is known as statistics. Like the information that is expressed not in numbers but we are expressing in qualitative aspect, like big or small, rich or poor, good or bad, that information is not called statistics. Anything that is expressed in numbers and that is aggregately expressed, that numerical information is known as statistics. Now third main point of the feature is affected by multiplicity of causes. Statistics are not affected by any single factor, but these are influenced by many factors. Like if you are saying there is increase in the price of a good, so it can be due to many factors. Maybe there is decrease in supply, or there is increase in demand, or there is increase in the wages, or increase in the taxes. So many factors are there which are affecting the increase in the price of a good. So statistics are not affected by any one factor, but statistics are affected by many factors at the same time. Now next is reasonable accuracy. Reasonable accuracy of the statistics is dependent on collection of data, how data is collected, what are the tools used, who has collected the data, and what are the sources used in the collection of data. Now next main point is placed in relation to each other. So if you have to do comparison, so comparison has some uniform base. Like if you are saying one person's age is 59 years and other person's height is 5 feet 6 inch and third person's weight is 70 kg. So here we cannot do comparison because data is presented on different basis. So if we have to do comparison, if they are placed in relation to each other, so there should be some uniform base. Like we can take the weight of all the people if you want to do comparison, or you can take height or age. But if you are taking weight of one person, height of the other person, and age of the third person, here we cannot do comparison. Now next point is predetermined purpose. Statistics are collected with some predetermined objective, like to measure the development of the country, to compare it with the other countries who is more developed or less developed, or if you are collecting the data of unemployment or poverty, so here we can see what is the level of the economy of the country. So statistics are always collected with some predetermined purpose. Next is enumerated or estimated. Statistics may be collected by enumeration or estimation. Like for example, we can take Prime Minister has hosted one meeting. So many people attended that rally, but we cannot count each and every person who has attended that rally. So we are just estimating that maybe that estimated there are 2 lakh people attended that rally. So there is estimation based. We can do estimation of the data, how many people attended that rally. Last point of the feature is collected in a systematic manner. Statistics should be collected in a systematic manner. If we are not collecting in a systematic manner, so it is not easy for us to draw any conclusion. Like if you are collecting the data of the students, so how we can draw conclusions if we don't know the stream or the section of the students? So without any reference of class and subject and stream, we cannot draw any conclusion. So the systematic collection of data is very important feature of statistics. So there are the different 8 points we have done in the features of statistics. Now next main point is, here is given one activity, that is learning by doing. So you have to write 5 examples of quantitative variable and qualitative variable. Quantitative, like which can be measured numerically, like weight, height, or we can weight like in kg, right, or any measurement unit. Qualitative, like good or bad, beautiful. So any quantitative 5 variables and qualitative 5 variables, you have to take the examples and you have to note down. Next is statistics. So here is given again one definition in the singular noun. Statistics may be defined as a collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of data. So statistics is related with the collection, classification, presentation, analysis and interpretation of quantitative data. So these are the different stages of statistical study. Students, in this video we have done 2 main topics. One is difference between micro and macroeconomics, and second is what is statistics and what are its different features. Revise these 2 topics properly. Take care. Thank you.